Have you ever walked into a room and smelled something strange? Something metallic, sweet, or maybe nothing at all? What if, without even knowing, you inhaled a gas that could silently destroy your organs, your brain, or even take your life? Toxic gases are invisible threats. You can't see them, sometimes you can't smell them, but they can kill you, slowly or instantly. Let's uncover what really happens when a human unknowingly inhales toxic gas, and why this terrifying scenario is more common than you might think. Toxic gases are airborne chemicals that can cause harm to the body when inhaled. Some occur naturally, others are man-made, some are used in industry, others in warfare, and some are hidden in everyday life. So, common examples include carbon monoxide, hydrogen sulfide, chlorine gas, ammonia, and nitrogen dioxide. Each gas has unique effects, but one thing is constant. You often don't know you've inhaled them until it's too late. How they enter: when you breathe, air travels through your nose or mouth, down your trachea, and into your lungs. Your lungs are full of tiny sacs called alveoli, where, gases like oxygen actually pass into your blood. But when you inhale a toxic gas, your body gets tricked. Some gases, can actually replace oxygen in your bloodstream, damage lung tissue, trigger severe inflammation, and even interfere with how your cells produce energy. This whole process can start in just seconds. Your body begins to suffocate, even though you're still breathing. Carbon monoxide, the silent killer. Carbon monoxide, or CO, is colorless, odorless, and tasteless. It's produced by burning fuel, from car engines, stoves, heaters, and fires. It bonds with your red blood cells over 200 times more strongly than oxygen, making your body carry CO instead of oxygen. Symptoms may start subtly: headache, fatigue, nausea, dizziness. But soon, your brain shuts down. You lose consciousness. Death follows, silently. Each year, thousands of people are poisoned by carbon monoxide. Many never realize it's happening. Hydrogen sulfide, the sewer gas. Hydrogen sulfide smells like rotten eggs, but with continued exposure, your sense of smell adapts, and then shuts off. You stop noticing the smell, even as the gas continues to harm you. At high concentrations, it can cause, respiratory failure, heart irregularities, brain damage, and even sudden death. It's often found in sewers, oil refineries, manure pits, and paper mills. Workers have died simply by entering a confined space without proper ventilation. Chlorine, the household threat. Chlorine is commonly used in cleaning products and water treatment, but in gas form, it's honestly extremely dangerous. So it reacts with water in your lungs to form hydrochloric acid, which eats away at your respiratory tissue. Symptoms include intense coughing, chest pain, difficulty breathing, and fluid buildup in the lungs. In high doses, it can kill within minutes. Even low exposure can cause, long-term lung damage. Bleach plus ammonia equals a toxic mistake. Here's a common and honestly dangerous household error: mixing bleach with ammonia. The reaction creates chloramine gas, which can, burn your eyes and throat, damage lung tissue, and even cause chest tightness. It can also lead to fainting or even death in extreme cases. So never mix cleaning products unless you really understand the chemistry behind them. When the body detects toxic gases, it increases mucus to trap chemicals, triggers coughing and sneezing, swells airways in defense, and activates immune cells to attack foreign agents. In many cases, this response does more harm than good. Severe inflammation causes fluid buildup, narrowing of airways, and scarring of lung tissue. In extreme cases, your body shuts down to protect the brain. but this may lead to coma or death. Not all damage is instant. Some gases leave scars inside your body that never heal. So, chronic exposure can cause a bunch of serious health problems, including lung fibrosis, asthma, neurological damage, hormonal imbalances, and even an increased risk of cancer. People who survive toxic gas exposure may, really suffer for years, both physically and mentally. The nightmare of nighttime poisoning. Carbon monoxide is especially dangerous at night. Imagine this. You're asleep and a heater in your room begins leaking carbon monoxide. You inhale it without realizing. You feel drowsy. And then, nothing. You never wake up. This is why carbon monoxide detectors are now required in many homes. They're simple, affordable, and they save lives. Toxic gas in warfare. Throughout history, toxic gases have been used as weapons. World War I saw the introduction of chlorine and mustard gas. Victims suffered blindness, chemical burns, and slow, painful deaths. Modern warfare includes even deadlier agents like sarin gas, odorless, colorless, and fatal in seconds. Some of these gases are so potent that just a drop or a breath can be lethal. Can you survive? Yes, but only if you act fast. The best way to survive is, honestly, prevention and awareness. But if exposure happens, here's what you need to do. Leave the area immediately. Get to fresh air, call emergency services, and, avoid panic. Breathe slowly. Don't try to fight it unless you're trained. Medical treatment may include things like oxygen therapy, bronchodilators, and steroids to reduce inflammation. And in severe cases, intubation or ventilators might be necessary. So how do you stay safe? First, install detectors, especially carbon monoxide alarms. Next, always ventilate areas, especially when you're using chemicals. Make sure to use protective equipment like masks and filters if you're working in high-risk jobs. Learn the signs. It's so important to know the symptoms of exposure. Store chemicals properly and never ever mix unknown substances. And honestly, trust your instincts. If something smells wrong, just get out. Awareness can save your life, and others too. Here are some final thoughts. Toxic gases are silent killers. They lurk in our homes, workplaces, and even in the environment. You won't always see them. You won't always smell them. But they can strike at any time. The best defense is knowledge. Now that you understand how these gases work and how your body reacts, you're already one step ahead. Because the deadliest breath is the one you didn't know you took.